Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryan Awesome, and welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Now, before we get into the show, first off, man, if you haven't done this already, man, what are you waiting for, man? Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. And right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. Make sure you click on that bell so you're the first ones to know when my next video will come out because I'm here each and every single week. And one last thing, don't forget to be awesome. Yeah, man. Sit back, chillax, grab something to eat, grab something to drink because you're watching the Ryan Awesome Show. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryan Awesome, and welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Now today on the Ryan Awesome Show, we'll be talking about AEW Dynamite Beach Break for January the 26th, 2022. Now, man, yeah, man, this is a really great show, man. Great show. Love that ladder match, man, between Sami Guevara and Cody Rhodes to start off the show. Winner will become the undisputed champion, man, of TNT. Love that match. The main event was really good too, with Adam Cole and Orange Cassidy. Man, I was hoping to see Johnny Gargano, but we didn't see him tonight. But instead, we got Danhausen. We got Danhausen. So, yeah, man. But I was really expecting to see Gargano, but we didn't get the chance to see that. Maybe at a later time. But yeah, I really wanted to see Gargano because it was his hometown, and I'm pretty sure everybody wanted to see him. But Danhausen, man, he's good. He's good. I know he's a big deal on the Indies, but yeah, he did get a huge pop. So it was great to see Danhausen. But I was expecting Gargano to show up tonight. And yeah, man, and the MJF and CM Punk match, of course. The feud, of course, and a match between CM Punk and MJF were announced. It was announced for next week for AEW Dynamite in Chicago, so cannot wait for that one-on-one between CM Punk and MJF. And yeah, man, and that was pretty much it, man. That was pretty much it. Now, if I had to choose like the best match on the show, I'll have to go with that ladder match. The main event was really great. It was a great match, but I had to choose the ladder match, man. But yeah, man. So this is the AEW Dynamite Beach Break review for January the 26th, 2022 on the Ryan Awesome Show. And yeah, man, I say this all the time, man, in the intro. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the thumbs up if you haven't already, and subscribe to the channel. If you're new here, or if you're watching the Ryan Awesome Show for the first time ever, hit that subscribe button, because I'm here each and every single week, man. And so, yeah, man, so tonight we're live in Cleveland, Ohio. So yeah, we're live in Cleveland, Ohio. And our first match of the night, we had the Undisputed TNT Championship ladder match between Sami Guevara, who is the interim TNT champion, versus Cody Rhodes, who is the real TNT champion. And so yeah, man, so they started off this match big, man. They started off with a bang. And so I thought this was a really smart move, man. Really smart move to start off this match, to start off the show with this match, because you did not want to put it in the middle of the show. And of course, it wouldn't make any sense. You would have put it at the end. So yeah, so that's why they put it on first. But yeah, man, yeah, both of these guys, they started off the match. They were chain wrestling in the first part of the match. They were chain wrestling, and then they started fighting outside the ring, and then they went into the crowd. And then Cody, at one point, he had clotheslined Sammy over the barricade, and so Sammy, he had gave Cody Rhodes a diving cutter in the crowd off of the barricade. So yeah, so Sammy, he hit Cody, he hit a suplex off the ladder to Sami Guevara, which was high, man. At the height of that, bro, and the ladder is big too, man. This is a huge ladder, and he hit a suplex to Sammy off of the ladder, bro. Oh my God, dude, that was so crazy. And so yeah, so Cody Rhodes he had to control the match during a commercial break, picture in picture, of course. And then Cody he had suplex Sammy on the hinges of the ladder, so that had to freaking hurt. And so Cody he had locked in the figure four leg lock to Sammy through the ladder. So his legs were through the ladder, and so he hit the figure four leg lock on Sammy. And so Cody he started chopping Sammy, and the crowd started booing. And then Sammy he started to fight back, and then Cody he had threw a ladder at Sami Guevara to slow him down. And so yeah, man. So yeah, we had two ladders set up in the ring. So we had two ladders set up in the ring. Cody was climbing up on one ladder, and Sammy he got on another ladder, and he dove off of his ladder and gave Cody a diving cutter. So that was cool, man. Really cool. And so yeah, man. So at one point, Sammy he had trapped Cody Rhodes under the ladder, and so Sammy, instead of climbing up the side that Cody Rhodes was on, he climbed up on the other side. And so Cody he had pushed the ladder up, and Sammy he took a nasty bump, bro, nasty fall. And so yeah, and then they pointed out on commentary too, man, that Sammy should have went on the other side where Cody was and climb up on his side, so Cody could have that extra weight of ladder on him. So yeah, right after that, man, we had Cody. He had hit a crossroads to Sammy off of the ladder, so that was crazy too, man. And so yeah, so both of these guys they were climbing up the ladder, and then they got at the top of the ladder. They got where the titles were. They were grabbing where the titles were, and so they were both dangling on the top where the titles were. And so Sammy he had fell, and then Cody had fell after him. And so yeah, man, so they both fell. And so yeah, man, so Cody he had slammed the ladder on Sammy's injured knee. And so yeah, man, so we had Fuego. We had Fuego del Sol. He came out, so Sami Guevara's best friend. And Fuego is also a friend of Cody Rhodes. So Fuego had came out to try to talk Cody Rhodes out of it. Try to talk Cody Rhodes, out of hurting Sami Guevara. And so yeah, man, so Cody he had gave Fuego a Tiger Driver 98. And so the crowd had booed. So sort of like a heel turn. That's what I think, it was kind of like a heel turn. Sammy he had a tornado to Cody. And then Sammy had hit the GTH, his finishing move, the GTH to Cody outside the ring. So yeah, so Cody, he had a ladder that was already draped outside of the ring. On the ring, it was on a ring and on the barricade. And so Sammy, he had put Cody on that ladder. And so Sammy, he had grabbed a huge ladder. He had climbed up the huge ladder. And then, oh my God, this is the, man, craziest spots in this match, dude. He climbed up the ladder, that tall ladder. He jumped off the ladder and gave Cody a senton bomb. And dude, the force and the whiplash effect on Sami Guevara, man, was so nasty, bro. It looked so painful, dude. I felt it, bro. I felt it. And so yeah, the ladder didn't even break. The ladder didn't even break, bro. It did not break. And Sammy, he got a whiplash effect off of that, man. Got a whiplash effect, like his back. It's like his back had gave a whiplash effect. So that, his back had to hurt, bro. It had to hurt after that, man. And so yeah, man. So I actually felt it, man. I'm not lying to you guys. I actually felt it. And so yeah, man. So yeah, they were both fighting at the top of the ladder, and then Sammy he grabbed one of the titles and he bashed Cody Rhodes upside the head with the championship, knocking Cody Rhodes off of the ladder. And so yeah, so Sammy he had grabbed one of the titles and he grabbed the other title to win the match. So Sami Guevara wins the match and is the undisputed TNT champion. And so yeah, man. So that was it, man. That was it with the match. Great match to start off the show. Probably the best match on the show. And the spots were really crazy, bro. Especially that senton bomb off that ladder. And that crossroads too. The crossroads off the ladder too was crazy. But yeah, man, all these spots was crazy in this match. But yeah, man, Sami Guevara wins the match and it's the TNT champion, undisputed TNT champion. So yeah, man, really great stuff, man. Really great stuff. But yeah, man, I do have one critique on this. The whole entire feud. Like, if Sami Guevara lost the TNT championship, he lost the TNT championship to Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes had to sit out, and then we had to crown an interim TNT champion. And we get this undisputed title match, and Sami Guevara wins the championship. Like, what was the point of taking the championship off of Sami Guevara? That's my only question. That's my only question. What was the point of taking the championship off of Sammy, only to put it back on him? That's the one question I had about this. But yeah, man. But other than that, man, Sami Guevara wins the match and is the undisputed TNT champion. Great stuff, great match. And yeah, man, that was it, man. And so yeah, so right after that, man, we had Tony Schiavone. He was outside in the cold. He interviews Ricky Starks, who is the FTW champion, and Powerhouse Hobbs. And so yeah, so Hobbs he challenged he challenged Dante Martin to a rematch. And so Starks, he talked about Jay Lethal challenging him for the LTW championship, and he accepted. So Starks accepted the match. So that was pretty much it. So we have a match for the LTW championship. So it's gonna be Starks versus Jay Lethal for the FTW championship for Rampage. And so yeah, man, next week on Rampage. And so yeah, so that was pretty much it with that. And so yeah, so right after that, man, we had a match, and it was Wardlow with Shawn Spears in his corner versus Elijah Dean and James Alexander. So this is a handicap match. So yeah, man, so this is Wardlow's hometown of Cleveland, Ohio. And so yeah, man, so Wardlow, he went right through these guys. He had a powerbomb symphonies to both of these guys. I think he powerbombed one guy on the top of the other guy to win the match. So Wardlow wins the match. And that was it, man. That was it with the match. And so right after that, man, we had a trios match. And it was Daniel Garcia and 2.0. So that's Matt Lee and Jeff Parker versus the Inner Circle. So that's Chris Jericho, Santana, and Ortiz. And so yeah, man. So of course we have tension in the Inner Circle with Jericho and Santana and Ortiz. And so yeah, so we saw it in this match. They kept ignoring Jericho. They kept Jericho out of the match the entire time. Like Jericho, he got in the ring, and I think it was Ortiz he had tagged himself in. And so yeah, so both of these guys, or Santana had tagged himself in. And so yeah, so Jericho, he did not get a chance to fight in this match. So it was the Inner Circle. They took control of the match for a little bit, and then the heels had to control of the match. And then yeah, man, and so we had a hot tag. We thought we were gonna get Jericho for the hot tag, but Santana, he had intercepted the tag. And so Santana had took the tag, and Jericho, he did not like that. And so Jericho, he was on the ring, not on the ring apron, he was on the stage. And so yeah, man, so Santana and Ortiz, they had to fight off 2.0 by themselves. And so Jericho, he had gave Matt Lee a Judas effect from outside the ring. And so yeah, so to end the match, we had Santana hit a power driver to Matt Lee to win the match. So therefore, the Inner Circle wins the match. And so yeah, so Jericho, he was on the stage, by himself, not celebrating with Santana and Ortiz. And so yeah, so that was pretty much it with that. And so yeah, so right after that, man, we had Tony Schiavone. He was backstage. He interviews Christian Cage and the Jurassic Express, who are the AEW World Tag Team Champions. That's Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. And he also interviewed Matt Hardy and Private Party. So that's Isiah Kassidy and Marq Quen. And so yeah, so Hardy, he said that, Isiah Kassidy and Marq Quen, they deserve those AEW World Tag Team Championships. They deserve a title shot. They're the only team that deserve a title shot. And so yeah, man, so and they got a match on Rampage. So on Rampage is gonna be for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. And yeah, and it was official, so the match was made official. And so yeah, so that was pretty much it with that. And so yeah, so right after that, man, we had CM Punk. He spoke. And so yeah, so CM Punk, he was in his wrestling gear too, so he was ready to fight. CM Punk was ready to fight, bro.
Now see, you got it wrong, Cleveland. I'm sick of hearing me talk. That's why I'm dressed to fight. I got the long boys on.
The long boys.
I'm taped up. This is Dynamite. This is live. Y'all know who I want to fight? Go ahead, chant his name. It'll be the first time in history. Let's go.
Sucks. Sorry.
Oh, Tony Schiavone says sucks.
First and last time that name will get chanted. And look, from last week, I got myself a little bit of a souvenir.
MJF scarf.
Stylish. Looks good on him. Really frames his face. That's one of his highlights of his life, framing his face.
No, it does not look good on me. It doesn't look good on anybody. I thought for a heartbeat as I snatched this while it was still around his pencil little neck that maybe, just maybe, I could I don't know, challenge him to a match, see if he really wanted this back. I thought maybe this was sentimental to him. And then I used Google and I saw that for $5 you get a 12-pack on Amazon that's just as cheap as his personality.
Wow.
I'm realistic, though, and I can only imagine if I call him out, he's going to come out here in a cheap suit that doesn't fit him, and he's going to have every excuse in the world. And I've chased him out of the ring, up the concourse, down the steps, back into the ring. I've gone through FTR, Wardlow, Shawn Spears, everybody. There's nobody left. I want MJF, and I want him now, and I want him right here in Cleveland.
So yeah, MJF came out, his music played, and I'm not gonna play the music because I will get copyrighted. I'll be in copyright hell. So yeah, man. So MJF came out to his theme song, and so yeah, so MJF said, "Cut my music," and CM Punk said, "Cut his crappy music. Cut his crappy music."
Music, cut my music. Cut his crappy music.
Hey, they're chanting what you were thinking, Tony.
Yeah, I was a little bit ahead of my time here.
Oh, I suck, Cleveland?
Yes, you do.
Oh man.
So you're saying you don't want to see me wrestle him tonight? Is that what you're saying? Oh, so you want to see us wrestle tonight? So you want me to go backstage, change into my gear, and wrestle him tonight in an impromptu main event? Is that what you want? Cleveland, I know you're dumb, but I didn't know you were deaf. I asked you a question. Do you want to see us wrestle right here, right now?
And MJF, he said no. Oh man, they had a little kid in the crowd chanting asshole. Oh man.
I'll do you one better. I'll give you the match you've all been waiting for next week in Chicago, Illinois.
What?
It will be CM Punk versus MJF.
Uh-oh. And so yeah, so he accepted the match.
After I win, you people are finally going to get to see the real CM Punk. The CM Punk who loses his fake smile the second he doesn't get what he wants. The CM Punk who blames all of his failures on everyone else but himself. The CM Punk who, if he feels like he hasn't gotten his just due, he's more than willing to sue.
Wow. Oof.
Your same hero who claimed on his almighty return August 13th, 2005, I left professional wrestling. August 20th, 2021, I'm back. Will soon say on February 2nd, I'm leaving wrestling again.
Wow.
Last time I checked, though, it was a slap in the face when he claimed that he left in 2005, because that ain't the truth. Truth is, he left all of you, and he left all the fans who loved him and supported him when he was scheduled to make an appearance right here in Cleveland, Ohio, back in 2014.
Wow.
But he no-showed, and he turned his back on each and every one of you. What makes you think he won't do it again? And you watching at home on the silver screen, yeah, I'm talking to you. You think he gives a damn that you spent the last 7 years chanting his name at the top of your lungs? Yeah? I got news for you. All those chants aren't going to stop him from turning his back on you again and then crying about it on a podcast. A podcast that you listen to because you're a fan.
Yeah.
The next two things I say are not mutually exclusive. The best thing I ever did was leave. The best thing I ever did was come back.
Yeah. That's right.
And if I didn't come back, well, you wouldn't have your brush with greatness that you're currently having, would you, Max? Go in the back, lace up your 3-inch lifts with your boots, and get in the ring and handle business. We know you can. You know you can. I know you can. And Cleveland knows you can't. Poor little Maxwell, sitting at home watching his hero on television. Too prepubescent to realize the athletes he admires on television are human beings. Sometimes you gotta take matters into your own hands, and that's what I've always done. I've never lied to the people.
I'm reading this off of Cage Side Seats, so shout out to Cage Side Seats. And so yeah, man. So Punk, he said that he always taking matters in his own hands. And he never lies to the people. He'll rather be himself and try and fail than be MJF. And so yeah, so he said that MJF he talk a big game and never show up. He said that MJF paid to see him and stand in line to get his picture, his autograph, and he asks MJF, how dare you put it on these people, on the fans? And so yeah, so Punk, he has said that he stood by all his decisions, and people don't love him because he wins. They love him because, he gets back up and he fights, just like Cleveland, and and just like Chicago. And so yeah, so MJF, he had asked, oh, so you get back up, right? All right, so how about we try to put that to the test right now? And so yeah, so we had FTR and Wardlow. They came out. Shawn Spears, he had came from behind and attacked CM Punk, and so Punk had fought back. And so FTR got in the ring, and Wardlow got in the ring. So FTR and FTR, Shawn Spears, they had triple team CM Punk, and then you had MJF was talking trash to Punk the entire time. And so Punk, he tried to get his hands on MJF, but FTR had stopped him. And so yeah, so we had Wardlow. He was he was standing in the corner, just watching the attack. So MJF, he had told Wardlow to powerbomb him, like powerbomb his ass. FTR, MJF, they had put CM Punk in a powerbomb position, and so Wardlow, he had picked up Punk and powerbombed him on a chair. And so yeah, so MJF, he had sat on CM Punk's chest, crisscross. So yeah, so MJF, he has said that Punk, his journey will end. So CM Punk's journey will end where it began, in Chicago. And so yeah, so that was pretty much it with that. So of course we have the match next week between CM Punk and MJF next week. And yeah, man, that was it with that, man. That was it with that. Really great stuff, man. I've been enjoying the feud the entire time, bro. I'm telling you, bro, the promos, I'm telling you, were great. I mentioned this the last time, the first time they had their promo, and I reviewed it on the AEW Dynamite. It was one of the biggest, one of the most views that I ever had on the AEW Dynamite review. And so yeah, man, so that was some great stuff, man. Great stuff, and I cannot wait for the match. Cannot wait for the match. And so yeah, man, so right after that, man, we had the Acclaimed. They did like a video of Jon Moxley. So yeah, so Anthony Bowens, he's going up against Jon Moxley, and so they said that they weren't done with Jon Moxley. They haven't forgotten what Jon Moxley did to them. Anthony Bowens has said he's going to beat Jon Moxley on Rampage this week. So yeah, so that was pretty much it with that. And so yeah, man, so right after that, man, we had Tony Schiavone. He was backstage and he interviews Julia Hart and Griff Garrison of the Varsity Blondes. Julia Hart, of course, she still got that eye patch on her eye, because of that black mist that Malachi Black did. You spit that black mist in her face. And so yeah, man, so we had Smart Mark Sterling. He came in, he interrupted the interview, and he had like a contract in his hand, and he wanted Julia Hart to sign a contract, to sign a release, to wrestle Jade Cargill for the TNT Championship, or the TBS Championship, rather. And so, yeah, man, so Griff told her it wasn't a great idea to sign a contract. And so Julia Hart, she told Griff Garrison, I can fight my own battles. I don't need you fighting my battles for me. I can fight my own battles. And so, yeah, man, and she signed a contract. And so, yeah, man, so she didn't listen. She didn't listen to her brother, her big brother. And so, yeah, man, so that was pretty much it with that. So we have a match with Julia Hart and Jade Cargill for Rampage for the TBS Championship. And so yeah, man, so that was pretty much it with that. And so yeah, so right after that, man, we had legit Leyla Hirsch versus Red Velvet. We had Red, she had went right after Hirsch, and then Hirsch hit a buckle bomb to Red, and then Hirsch had taken control of the match during a commercial break. Picture in picture, of course. We had a diving stunner to Hirsch, and then Red started to fight back, and she hit a spear to Hirsch. And so at one point we had Leyla Hirsch. She had a power bomb, a weak looking power bomb at that too, followed up by a knee strike, a running knee strike to Red. And so Hirsch went for the pinfall, but she stopped the pinfall. And so Hirsch, she had locked in her submission move, the legit lock to Red, but Red had put a foot on the rope. And so both of these ladies, they were going back and forth. And so we had Leyla Hirsch. She had rolled up red. She had grabbed red tights for the extra leverage to win the match. So therefore, Leyla Hirsch wins the match. And so, yeah, so right after the match, we had Hirsch. She went to go attack red. And so we had Chris Statlander. She ran out to the ring and she chased off. She had chased off legit Leyla Hirsch. And so, yeah, so that was pretty much it with that. Man, the crowd did not care about this match. It was quiet the entire time when they had their match. So, yeah, man, so that was it with that. And so, yeah, so right after that, man, we had the House of Black. We had Malachi Black and Brody King. They spoke. And so they are the number 5 contenders, I believe it is. The number 5 contenders for the AEW World Tag Team Championships.
It is as Mr. Rhodes said. I added insult to injury, and why? Because the house is built on conflict. What better way to give an audience that constantly demands conflict and violence, to give them the embodiment of conflict and violence through one Brody King. One that you will embrace as a brother. You will hold him in your arms and you will whisper in his ears that you are thankful for him.
Brody King.
Pac, you denounced the house, and for that, you will be humbled. You and Death Triangle will feel true pain. You will pray for salvation, and when that moment comes, you will look to the teachings the house has bestowed upon you, and you will say, thank you. Because just like death,
we are inevitable.
Oof. So yeah, man. So that was it with that. That was it with that. And so yeah, so we do have a match next week, a tag team match. And so yeah, between Pac and Pentagon versus the House of Black. So that's next week for AEW Dynamite. And so yeah, so that was pretty much it with that. And so yeah, so right after that, man, we had Sami Guevara. Yeah, Sami Guevara. He came out the new TNT champion, or the undisputed TNT champion. Came out to the ring. He had his cue cards. And so Sammy, he has said, tonight I stand before you, beaten, battered, bruised, but not defeated. Tonight I am a champion, a true pillar of this company. I climbed the ladder in that ring the same way I climbed the ladder in this company. I didn't politic. I didn't brown nose. Instead, I did the work over 2 years, over 100 episodes. I have gone from a supporting role to becoming a key player. But it wasn't just me. Whether it's the people here in Cleveland, Ohio, or the people watching at home on TBS, you have been with me every step of the way. This TNT championship is not just mine, it's ours. I wouldn't be here without you. Thank you sincerely, Sami Guevara, the undisputed TNT champion. And so yeah, so that was pretty much it with that. That was pretty much it. And so yeah, man, so right after that, man, we had Dr. Britt Baker D.M.D, who is the AEW Women's World Champion. So she came out to the ring and she was awarded. She had a like a series of awards in the ring and on a table that was inside the ring.
It's been a while since we had a little chat. It's actually been a while since I've been in the ring with a microphone, period, which is criminal. But just because I've been a bit of a stranger to the mic doesn't mean that the mic isn't still well acclimated with me, because it felt for a while that every time CM Punk and MJF had this in their hands, they couldn't keep my name out of their mouth.
Oh, yep.
But I don't blame them. Look at the year that I had. No, literally, look at it. Match of the year.
Match of the year.
Most improved female wrestler of the year ×2. Cover girl. The list goes on. And I told you 2021 was going to be the era of the D.M.D. And damn, was I right.
Yeah.
And since the night that I won the title, I have 9 singles victories in AEW. In Cleveland, you and I share a relationship with that number. Because against the Pittsburgh Steelers, Baker Mayfield was sacked 9 times. 9 times.
Oh, man.
He was injured. He was injured. He was injured in his non-throwing arm. And I did all of this with a broken frickin' wrist. But enough about him. Let's talk about the Baker that actually wins shit.
Oh, wow.
This division was a wasteland before me, and I made it a utopia. A Brittopia. It's called that.
Brittopia, I like it.
Anyone could have made this division theirs. It was wide open for the taking, but no one did. No one. I didn't take anyone's spot. I created the top spot. And after I took over the entire women's division, I surpassed the entire roster and became the face of AEW.
So yeah, so she said after she took over the entire women's division, she surpassed the entire roster and became the face of AEW. So once again, I'm reading this off of Cage Side Seats. So shout out to Cage Side Seats once again. Thank you guys. And so yeah, so Baker, she has said that she made history again and again, and she's not gonna settle until she's the woman of the decade. And you might as well give it to her now because she's not going away, and she'll be the champion we deserve. And so that's what Dr. Britt Baker said. I see why they chose her as the first female in AEW, man. Because at first, man, like Britt Baker, she came a long way, man. Like when she first came in, she wasn't all that good. You start somewhere, man. You start somewhere, and she built her way up to the top. And now she's the face of the women's division, man. So yeah, everything, every accomplishment, every accolade, man, she deserved it. She earned it, bro. She earned it. And so yeah, and I see why they chose her as the first woman. The first woman to be signed to AEW. So yeah, man. So shout out to Dr. Britt Baker, man. And so yeah, man. So that was pretty much it with that. And so yeah, so right after that, man, when we was going over next week's show, we had Vicky Guerrero and Nyla Rose. They came in and they interrupted the commentary team. And Vicky Guerrero, she had that screechy voice, you know, the "excuse me," and I was like, oh my god, man. Like, it felt like I was watching SmackDown, bro, from 2010, 2011. That's what it felt like when I heard Vicky Guerrero's voice with the excuse me's and all that stuff. Like, Vicky, man, like, she screams so much, dude. She don't even need a microphone. She don't even need a microphone, bro. And so, yeah, man, so she came out with Nyla Rose. And so, yeah, so Rose complained about Ruby Soho costing her the TBS championship. And Nyla Rose said that that Ruby Soho's victory was a fluke and all that stuff. And Nyla Rose said that they wrestled 100 times. She'll win 99 matches out of the 100. And Nyla Rose said that she'll prove it next week. And so that was pretty much it with that. And so, yeah, so I'm guessing we have a match with Nyla Rose and Ruby Soho. And so, yeah, man, Ruby Soho should have won that championship. Ruby Soho should have won that TBS championship. Man, oh, man. They missed it with Ruby Soho. I don't know where she goes from this, man. I don't know where she go after this, Ruby Soho. But she should have won that championship. That's just my opinion, bro. My opinion, man. Like, Jade, yes, one day she will be champion. But Ruby Soho, she deserves the championship more than Jade Cargill. Like, dude, just based off of everything that Ruby Soho went through, man. You know, her destination to AEW, winning the Casino Battle Royale and all that stuff. And like when she got announced for this tournament, I'm pretty sure everybody was going for her to win that tournament and a championship. It would have been a redemption. It would have been a great story, a feel-good moment. But they went with Jade Cargill. They went with the wrong person. You had the right person go to the finals, but you had the wrong person win. You know? But yeah, man. Now that was it, man. Now before we get into the main event, man, let's talk about next week's show. Let's talk about Rampage, and then we're gonna talk about next week's show. So yeah, so for AEW Rampage this Friday, we have Jon Moxley versus Anthony Bowens. So Max Caster in his corner. And also we have a match that was supposed to be scheduled, I think last week or the week before that. It was supposed to be Lee Johnson and Brock Anderson with Arn Anderson in their corner versus FTR. That's Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood with Tully Blanchard in their corner. So they're the AAA Tag Team Champions. It was a match that was supposed to happen, but it got postponed. So they postponed it to Friday for AEW Rampage. And also we have the TBS Championship match. It's going to be Jade Cargill, the TBS champion, with Smart Mark Sterling in her corner versus Julia Hart, and that's on Friday. And also we have the AEW World Tag Team Championship match. We have Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, the AEW World Tag Team Champions versus Private Party. That's Isiah Kassidy and Marq Quen with Matt Hardy in their corner. And for next week, we have CM Punk versus MJF for the first time ever in Chicago, in CM Punk's hometown. And also we have a tag team match for AEW Dynamite. We have Pac and Pentagon versus Malachi Black and Brody King, the House of Black. So that's next week on Wednesday. And yeah, man, those are all the matches that are announced for next week. And so yeah, so the main event, man. After that was the main event, and it was the unsanctioned Lights Out match. So it was Adam Cole versus Orange Cassidy. So yeah, man, so they went right after each other, back and forth with strikes, and then they fought outside the ring. And then at one point, Cole, he went on the ring to go grab a chair, but something was grabbing, something was, holding on to the chair. And so Cole had pulled the chair out, and somebody was holding on to the chair, and it was a person dressed in all black, and it was Danhausen. It was Danhausen. And so yeah, so Danhausen shows up to AEW Dynamite, and it was a huge pop from the crowd. The crowd chanted Danhausen. And so yeah, man. And so Danhausen had took the chair away from Adam Cole, and Orange Cassidy attacked Cole, and then Danhausen had walked away. And so yeah, Orange Cassidy was confused too. It was random though. It really was. Seeing Danhausen show up, it was random. But Orange Cassidy, Orange Cassidy of all people was confused. And so yeah, he walked away. So Danhausen walked away, and so Orange, he had slammed Cole through the timekeeper's table. And Orange, he one point went for the orange punch. He went for the orange punch, but he punched the ring bell. And so yeah, so Cole had blocked it with the ring bell, and so Orange punched the ring bell. And so yeah, so Cole, he went right after Orange's hand, and then Cole had to control the match during a commercial break, picture in picture, of course. And so we had a brain buster on the knee to Orange. And so Orange hit a stunt dog millionaire to Cole, followed up by a Michinoku driver to Cole on the two chairs, which had to hurt, bro. The chairs were bent. So yeah, so Cole, he had motion, members of the Elite to come out. We had Brandon Cutler. He came out with his spray cans, so the cold spray. He came out spraying the cold spray and all that stuff. And so yeah, we had Wheeler Utah came from behind to attack Brandon Cutler, and we had Bobby Fish came out and he took out Wheeler Utah, and so Chuck Taylor took out Bobby Fish, and then the Bucks that came out took out Chuck Taylor, and then the Bucks that came in the ring, they tried to triple team. So Cole and the Bucks tried to triple team Orange Cassidy, and we had Roppongi Vice, so that's Trent and Rocky Romero. So it's great to see Rocky Romero back. And they came out and they attacked the Bucks. And so yeah, so Orange had hit a beach break to Cole. Cole kicked out, and then Orange hit an orange punch to Cole, and then but he did more damage to his hand with the orange punch. And so yeah, so Cole, he tried to low blow. Cole, he did low blow Orange, but to no effect, because Orange Cassidy, he was wearing a steel cup. He was wearing a steel cup. And so yeah, man, so yeah, Orange, he had his most devastating kicks to Cole. And then Orange hit a Panama Sunrise to Cole, kicked out. So yeah, so Cole, he had ran to the back, and they went backstage. And so we saw Tony Khan, we saw Jerry Lynn. And so Cole, he had pushed, Cole had used Jerry Lynn as a shield. And so yeah, so Cole, he had put Orange through the table, and so Orange had kicked out. And the referee, man, this was funny, man. The referee of this match was really funny. Like, he kicked out at 2, and so the referee kept saying 2, like 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. It was just the way he said it, man. It was so funny. And so yeah, man, so they came back out to the arena. They came back out to the stage. And so Cole, he had threw the stage light at Orange. And so Cole, he had climbed up the tunnel with a you know, where everybody come out through the tunnel. So he climbed up the tunnel. I think it was the babyface tunnel. He climbed up the babyface tunnel. Orange, he showed up from behind Cole. And so Orange, he got his revenge by low blowing Cole. And so yeah, so Orange, he had hugged Cole. And so Orange, he was looking down. He was looking this way, you know, trying to motion himself off of the stage. And so they went down together. They fell off the tunnel together through the stage. And so Orange, he was on top of Cole. And so he covered Cole for the win. So Orange Cassidy wins the match. Orange Cassidy wins the match. And that was it with the match. That was it with the match. Really good match, man. Really good match. Even though Cole, physically, he lost the match, but the loss does not count. The loss, Adam Cole losing is not going to go towards his record because it was an unsanctioned match. It was an unsanctioned match, which means, you know, anything goes. AEW is not responsible. You know, right after the lights shut off, AEW Dynamite is no more. It's not a thing. So the record doesn't count, you know. So technically, Adam Cole is undefeated. He's undefeated, you know. But we all physically saw him lost. But, you know, Cole is fine. He is fine. He is still undefeated. Technically, he's still undefeated, you know, because it doesn't count towards his record. And so, yeah, man. So, yeah. But, yeah, I was hoping to see Johnny Gargano. I really was, bro. Like, to see him, I just wanted to see him, man. Do something, man. Either cost Adam Cole a win or something, bro. I don't know. But yeah, I would have loved to see Johnny Gargano because it was his hometown. You know, he's not in WWE anymore. You know, he could show up whenever he wanted to. You know, because, you know, he didn't have a 90-day no compete clause. He waited for his contract to expire and he left. And so, yeah, that's why I was hoping to see him, man. I was hoping to see him because Cleveland, Ohio is his hometown. But yeah, that was pretty much it with the show. You know, great opener, man. Great ladder match, dude, with Cody and Sammy. And the main event was really great, too. And we had the MJF and CM Punk match finally for the first time ever happening next week. And yeah, man, that was it, man. That was it with AEW Dynamite. And yeah, man, if you like this video, man, hit the thumbs up, man. What are you waiting for, man? Hit the thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, or if you're watching The Ryan Awesome Show for the first time ever, hit that subscribe button. And right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. Make sure you click on that bell to be the first ones to know when my next video is uploaded because I'm here each and every single week, man. Follow me on Twitter at Ryan Awesome Show. And yeah, man. And comment down below, man. Tell me how you felt about AEW Dynamite. And yeah, man, share this video. Each and every single person that you meet. Or each and every single person that you come across. And yeah, man. And yeah, I'll see you guys on Friday. I'll see you guys on Friday for AEW Rampage and possibly SmackDown. I might do SmackDown again. But yeah, man, I'll see you guys on Friday, and I'll see you guys on Saturday for the Royal Rumble. So the Royal Rumble is on Saturday instead of Sunday. So yeah, man. So I might do a little prediction video. I might do the prediction video on the Friday episode of The Ryan Awesome Show. I might do a prediction video for the Royal Rumble. So yeah, man. So the Royal Rumble is looking good today. It is looking good this year. You know, I can't wait for it. But yeah, man, Royal Rumble is on Saturday and not Sunday. So I'll see you guys on Friday and I'll see you guys on Saturday. And yeah, man. And once again, guys, thank you for all the love and support for the show. Thank you, and thank you. Thank you for everybody that subscribed to the channel. Thank you for everybody that hit the thumbs up. Thank you for your continued support for the show. Thank you, and thank you, man. And I'll see you guys when I see you guys, man. And yeah, man. And this has been The Ryan Awesome Show. Take care, stay safe, and don't forget to be awesome. And that's that.